Hey, good Friday morning, everybody. This is First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich. A lot of active weather we're going to have to talk about going into the weekend, especially later today and into Saturday and Sunday. Let's get right to what's going on. Pretty complex setup here in the atmosphere. It's been a pretty quiet summer for showers and storms. We occasionally have had some storms here and there, but this is a pretty active pattern, probably the most active pattern we've seen since May. We've got a little low along the coast, which is going to move straight up the coast and going to be more of a rainmaker for areas just east of Charlotte. But it's these two pieces of energy here that I'm watching very carefully. One for later today, the one over Cincinnati, and then the other piece of energy for tomorrow. This is part of a bigger upper level system, which is up here over the Midwest. And when you look at the water vapor loop, you can clearly see what's going on here. We've got an upper level low, which is sitting over southern Wisconsin, northern Illinois, but little pieces of energy coming around it in this jet stream. For this time of year, it's very rare to see this kind of setup. This is something you normally see in like April or May, or maybe even later in the season, not so much here in the middle of summer. And so over the southeast and the mid-south, an area that's going to be very active over the next 24 to 36 hours. In fact, this is today's severe weather outlook for today. You see the moderate to high risk for severe storms in this area from Indianapolis to Nashville to the Memphis area. But this does include a small section of eastern Tennessee and could clip parts of the North Carolina mountains as we go into later afternoon hours. And I'm going to show you why here in a minute. So this is the severe weather outlook for Saturday. Notice that we are in the medium threat for severe storms from Charlotte back towards the west. And this is an area in particular that I think is going to be very, very prime for some severe storms right in here. Could see some up in here, but around Charlotte West, especially the upstate of South Carolina, an area in particular that I think is going to be problematic for some potential severe weather. So let's show the Futurecast here. We'll start with today first. So we've got those storms over Cincinnati I was showing you. What that looks like is a complex of thunderstorms we call an MCS. These things tend to migrate and move very long distances. These aren't like your pop-up thunderstorms. They tend to travel very long distances. And you see this afternoon, this cluster of storms that comes out of Kentucky and the southern Ohio Valley starts heading towards the mountains late tonight. Now this is, mind you, this is about 1 o'clock in the morning that this starts pushing our way and moving down through eastern Tennessee. So tomorrow morning, this is early in the morning, right around 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You can see that we've got the potential for some big storms tomorrow morning in the mountains and down into the upstate of South Carolina. So those could be pretty strong. Then near the coast, you've got the little low moving away. But then tomorrow afternoon, if the atmosphere recovers, which by that I mean we get some sunshine and things can heat back up in the afternoon, we could see another round of strong, possibly severe storms developing by about 5 to 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock in the evening. And notice these are much more what we call cellular. They're individual cells. And again, some of these could be severe. And the tornado threat's not zero with this. Potential that some of these could rotate. But primarily, by far, the biggest threat I'm worried about is straight line winds. But this setup here is something to keep an eye on, because if we get that recovery, I call it the thunderstorm fuel, and this is what you're looking at here. We call it Cape. Notice to tomorrow morning, the Cape is pretty low. It's a little bit across the Charlotte area. But tomorrow afternoon, if things can recover, notice the brighter colors as we go into the afternoon, and notice where those are down here over the upstate of South Carolina to around Charlotte. So that area I circled right there, that is the area in particular that would have the potential for severe storms. And we're talking one round probably late tonight, early tomorrow morning with that MCS or complex of storms, and then one late tomorrow afternoon into the evening with those isolated storms. Let me show you what we call the STP, significant tornado parameter. So what is the threat for tornadoes? Well, the ingredients have to be there first. You see not much of a threat tonight into tomorrow, so that's a straight line wind threat. Tomorrow afternoon, though, into the evening, notice there is a little perk or a peak of STP value, especially in the upstate of South Carolina, where we're up there around a 1 or a 2, maybe 2.5. Now, it's basically a scale from 0 to 10, threat for tornadoes within 25 miles on any point. So the significant tornado parameter is something I keep a very close eye on. And tomorrow afternoon into the evening, if we get some recovery from the sunshine early in the day, that could be an issue. So again, here's the timing. Today, for the most part, dry. Overnight tonight, we get this MCS or this complex of storms to move through the mountains possibly. Could even clip Charlotte, depends on the track, but you could wake up to some rain or hear some thunder late tonight or early tomorrow morning. Things calm down. Middle of Saturday's fine. Saturday late in the day into the afternoon, another round of storms develop. So, of course, I'll have you covered online, on air, on social. Make sure you stay weather aware this weekend because the potential is there for some severe storms both Saturday, Sunday, maybe even parts of Monday. So we'll have you covered throughout the next couple of days. Have a great Friday, everybody.